Welcome. Welcome to another sharing. Tracy is receiving collective consciousness. Tracy is the medium in which source energy flows through. The foundation of Tracy's sharing is compassion, love, kindness, and forgiveness. And it branches off in those wonderful avenues. So we have talked and talked and talked and talked and talked about love. We have talked and talked and talked and talked about forgiveness and compassion and kindness the same. Let us branch off a little this day. And we want to say emotions, but we've talked and talked and talked and talked and talked about emotions as well. If you are finding yourself in a place that doesn't feel as good as you would like it to feel, if you find yourself in a place where life travels truly are becoming difficult, hurdle after hurdle after hurdle, we would gently remind you that it is true that life moves along, that life unfolds. And what will it unfold into? And this is where ones get anxious and perhaps frustrated, disheartened. Perhaps they go within and feel very discouraged. And perhaps the future frightens them. The future frightens. There's a lot of fear in what will unfold with life events. So we want to gently remind you that you are here for great reason and grand purpose. And we know if you are in that place of feeling beaten and worn out, just absolutely not understanding any of it, and very tired, just tired, it would be difficult to understand that you are here for great reason and grand purpose. It would be difficult to bring forth the sense of love and compassion and kindness and forgiveness when you are truly going along in such a heavy state. Some don't even wish to get out of bed, and it is understood. Life events, life circumstances, life travels, the contrast of life. We would guide gently for you to see beyond the feeling that is being expressed, the emotion that is being expressed. We would guide gently to see beyond that emotion. So we have talked about all emotions are meant to be felt. All emotions are a vibration. And in this vibration is truly sort of surrounding you and going forth. So your emotions come from within, yes? And they go outwards. And if you think of vibration, the vibration is going outwards. So the vibration of disappointment, the vibration of anger, perhaps the vibration of rage, the vibration of feeling resentful, the vibration of feeling fearful, or the vibration of feeling happy and joyous, peace and contentment. But we understand that when ones are caught up in the emotion of feeling something, whether it be the joyous experience or a sorrowful experience, there is a vibration that goes forward. So when ones get caught up in the same emotion day after day, time after time, just think of it as a vibration. And when you take a step moving forward in the unfolding of life, just in the next moment, truly, you then are walking into the vibration of what you are feeling, what you are expressing. It is okay to feel anger, the contrast of life. It causes challenge when it is held on for a length of time. Some carry around hurt and disheartenment and frustration and resentfulness for decades. And it shows, does it not? Does it not show? It shows on the expression, the way one sit and hold their bodies. You know when one is feeling sad by the way they are sitting. By the way they are sitting. When you feel joyous and happy, light-hearted and light in your steps. Oh, shoulders are back. You feel so good. You want the whole world to be in your presence, if you will. You are expanding your light from within, that joyous vibration of loving light. And you're walking into it, so it feels very good. But when you are experiencing the contrast, you are also walking into it. And then it becomes very constricting and feels very burdened and heavy. And so the step is difficult. It's like you're carrying a big weight upon your shoulders, the weight of the world upon one's shoulders. And it is understood and recognized. What if you could place the weight of the world down? What if you could find a space, a place for one moment to feel a little lighter? And difficult to do, especially if it's being carried a long time. So how would one do it? How would one take the weight of the world off their shoulders to become, lighthearted and friendly? Because when you're not feeling very good, it is difficult to be friendly, yeah? Especially if you're withdrawn and you want to close yourself off from people in the world. And it is understood that is part of healing. That is part of healing. But again, if it carries a long length of time, then it becomes part of the personality, the persona. And it is like there's a wall in front of the one that is, let us say, protecting themselves. But what happens there? Well, nothing can come in, so their love is not going to be received, but love is not going to be shared. It just won't be shared, because think of that wall, think of vibration. Now there are some who, they lower their wall and then something happens and they put it back up again, and it is understood. This is not a condemning. Some have brick walls, if you will, a metaphor, but way up and over and wide, not even a bulldozer would get through. But it feels awful, because when there is a wall being built to maintain one's sanity, let's say, just to find some peacefulness, if the wall is there, metaphor, but not, if the wall is there for a length of time, guess what is walking before you? Think of a brick wall. And think of placing it always before you. If you go too fast, you're going to hit your head. And we say it in the most kind way we can say it, because so often ones want to take a step, ones want to feel better, and there's that wall, that invisible wall that everyone can feel. Everyone knows when one has their wall up. Everyone knows when one is on guard and stay away, don't want to talk to you, don't want to be around you, just leave me alone. And even in the hand gestures, there's a wall up. So how does one take that down if they have carried it, and if one feels that it is meant to be there? They put it up brick by brick by brick by brick, and it might have taken a lifetime to do. And perhaps in a very happy time, they took it down, and then, take a step, and something presented, and the wall goes right back up. So we would gently guide, and we would say, when you understand and know deeply and acknowledge that there is a vibrational wall up, because you can feel it, you placed it there, and others can feel it because Their vibration isn't going to come close to you. It truly is like that. They're wanting to express perhaps even kindness, perhaps they're even asking for an apology, or being apologetic is what we meant. The wall is there. Nothing can come in, but nothing can go out. So to remove that wall, first decide, we want to be playful with it. First decide, what kind of wall did you build? Is it paper? Did you just sort of put up a sheet in front of you? What is it? What is the wall? Did you use rocks, bricks? And how large are the bricks? So then when you can see what kind of wall that you have in front of you that you nicely placed for the healing process, then you can decide, this is a visual exercise, and we don't even want to call it an exercise, but just an understanding that if you are acknowledging that you have your wall up, metaphor, but not, because it's all vibration, and you are desiring to place it down, take it down, to free yourself, think of the freedom. And some feel very secure behind that wall, but it's not freeing. The sensation of love is freeing. When you think about love, it feels free, it feels expansive and whole. It feels like it goes outwards, and it does. So decide how you built your wall. Decide how tall it is. Decide how wide it is. And then in your mind's eye, again, if you're only wishing to take it down, because if you're not wishing to take it down, right now you'd be very frustrated in this conversation we are sharing, because you would think it was, I want my wall. They don't deserve to even speak to me. So it is understood. If you are not ready, then, well, you just maintain your wall until you are ready, if you will. So decide how you've built the wall. And then find an object in your mind's eye, if you will, and everything is safe. Put your safety glasses on. We're being very funny. We're being playful. But if you have a brick wall, let us say, you can decide to take a chisel and a hammer in your mind's eye and start just removing the bricks you want to remove. Now, some may just remove the bricks so they can see out. Some want to start right at the top and work their way down. Some want to just make a space. Perhaps they can walk through if they want. Again, it's all visualization. But in this, it's very powerful. It is very powerful. So if it's bricks and mortar, you can take your chisel and hammer and take out the bricks that you want. Now, if it's very large bricks, let us say you've poured concrete on this big wall, then you may need a bulldozer, yeah? So again, visualize the wall coming down with a bulldozer. And again, you're safe. You're going to make it all safe. But in this process, you would be amazed at how it works, because it is freeing. Your intuition, your inner essence of all that you are, your divine light within, knows of the freedom. So when you are ready, and you start taking down brick by brick, maybe it is sort of a sheet that's hung on a clothesline that you can easily move out of the way. It just came up because you can move it out of the way. Well, move it out of the way in your mind's eye. Move it out of the way in the mind's eye. Your inner essence truly is always desiring to feel the grandness of who you are. And what is the grandness of who you are? Your beautiful, loving light. Where were you before arriving to Mother Earth? Where were you before physical form? And how did you feel before that circumstance or event came along that the wall was built. Wouldn't it be nice if you could take it down a bit? Now, to some, it is very frightening to take it down because they feel very exposed, very exposed. So if you're in that place, take down a few bricks and place them on the side, knowing that you can put them back up when you want to. You can put it back up when you want to. It is again, an exercise, but not really. It is just an awareness. You're bringing forth an awareness that you would like to discover what life would be like from coming out from the wall that was built, the protective wall. So, really good. Really, 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 really good. Wouldn't it be nice if you could take it down enough that you could just step over it? Wouldn't that be freeing? Wouldn't it be? We think so. We think so. So we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. There is great love for you. Thank you. Thank you.